Good morning, guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, which is the most Mondayest Monday we have ever experienced. From traffic to being locked out of where we would be filming and to sitting in the freezing cold filming this content for you. So today we want to cover the difference between binge eating and overeating. Lots of messages we receive. What is the difference? How do you know if what you are experiencing is a binge eating disorder or are you just overeating at the weekends? So we're going to go into detail how you will feel and 3 signs you should look for. Okay guys, so number 1, probably the most common of all, it is what will feel like an out of body experience. You'll be controlled completely by your emotions. You'll eat until you feel past full, past satisfied. You'll eat until you feel sick, till you possibly throw up. And you'll keep eating. Whether that be food you even like, you're just going for anything that you can get your hands on at this stage. It is a completely emotional driven experience, and you'll eat past what is
you literally
comfort.
Have, like, it's so weird, it's like you have no control, like you literally have no control. It's literally like yourself has come out and something else has gone in and just controlled your hands, and you want to stop so badly because I think part of your brain is still logical and it's like, I shouldn't be doing this, but you just can't stop no matter how many times you try. Like, so for me, I would like try and stop myself by putting stuff in the bin, but I would still go back to eat it, or I would try and hide myself from it, but then I'd go back and eat it. Like, you just can't do anything to stop. Like, I would, like, it's quite sad, but I also used to bite things and then try and spit them out and then still like just keep going, and it was just insane. It's just insane. Like, it's definitely not overeating. Like, that is not what you do if you just overeat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think when people overeat, they might feel uncomfortable, a little bit frustrated or guilty about it, but the level of emotions and pressure that you put on yourself when you binge eat is what allows it to escalate so much. You start to hate yourself, and that is the negative emotions that then lead you to be more out of control.
And I think with overeating, like, you know what you're doing. Like, you could feel really full up, but then someone that says, oh, like, I've got a bit of cake here, like, do you want to finish it? And you're like, oh, all right, I'll just, even though you're full up, you'll just eat it, and then you're like, oh, I feel a bit full. You like, I don't know, and then you're like, oh well, get over it in an hour. Like, but with binge eating, that will play on your mind, and the amount of discomfort you feel, it will be ongoing, and you will feel horrendous, like awful, like so bad. So yeah, it's definitely different.
Okay, so number 2 is obsessive thoughts about food. This may be from over restricting yourself during the week, and you'll constantly be thinking about what you're going to eat at the weekend. When's your cheat meal coming? What is it that you're going to have? What is it you're going to buy? And
it's like that urge, like, it's just literally, it builds up throughout the week. But that's what happened to me. It just was an urge, and then you just go insane.
And the more you're thinking about this food, the more it's having control over you. So, you know, what we give our thoughts to is what we're giving our control to. So the more we try and either avoid the food, say that we can't have this food, the more we end up wanting it. When we do have it, so much guilt, it escalates into them binges. So the obsessive thinking about food, whether that is during the week or at the weekends, is something that definitely leads to the binges.
I think sometimes it's planned. Like, for me, like, my binges were planned because I would do it every single weekend, so I knew I'd be binging on Saturday, even though I didn't want to. I knew I wanted to. It's just so weird, but some people, it's just like, it just happens. Like, it's more emotional, and it would just happen. Definitely. It depends.
And number 3, binge eating becomes a pattern that you're running on. So, for example, with Abby, she knew at the weekends she didn't want to be binging, but she knew she was going to be binging.
Was making me binge.
Yeah, because the pattern that we run on, them over restricting, the overtraining. And that is what throws us into the overeating at the weekend, because as soon as you do allow yourself one thing, which we're all human and we're going to have that one thing at some point in the week, it escalates and we fall out of control. So number 3 is the pattern that we run on,
and the mindset that you have, like,
and the
good and bad food.
Yeah, even on the days that you don't plan your binges and you don't think you're going to have a binge, the habits that you do on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all these habits are leading to what is going to happen at the weekend or whatever day you then have your binge. So the patterns that you run on day to day is another massive sign that is going to lead you to binge eat. So that's the over restricting, over exercising, constantly hating on your body,
not enjoying what your daily lifestyle is,
not
like
enjoying
being on a
the
diet,
foods,
you know,
forcing
like
yourself to train as a chore because you want to look a certain way rather than enjoying your training. And eating foods
Just
that you
not
think you
enjoying
have to
it.
eat rather than you want to be eating. So it's living this unrestricted, unrealistic lifestyle that's unenjoyable day to day, and that is a massive sign.
End, you do just go crazy.
Yeah,
in the end.
because all this food is completely forbidden. So when you do, you fall out of control.
You have that mindset of like, you have a biscuit and it's like, well, I can't eat that tomorrow, so I'm going to eat them all now. It was just black and white, or I can't have this today. I won't be able to have this tomorrow, so I'm just going to eat it all now. But then you don't realise how much damage that causes if you just literally let yourself have one of those a day rather than like.
Yeah. So to round that up, guys, the 3 signs that you could be experiencing binge eating. Number 1 is we're not just eating till you feel uncomfortable. You are pushing yourself and eating till you're feeling sick, till you're potentially throwing up. You're eating foods that you potentially don't even like or want, but you're forcing that food in that moment on an emotional reaction. Number 2 is the obsessive thoughts about food throughout the week, at the weekends. The more we are giving our power to our thoughts of food, the more we're going to be obsessed about it. Saying that we can't have certain foods is going to make us want it even more. Number 3 is the daily pattern that you are running on throughout the week, even on them days that you're not binging. The daily habits, if they are unhealthy, if you're not enjoying your food, your training, your daily lifestyle, you're hating how you look, all of these negative emotions that you are feeling is also a clear sign that you could be experiencing binge eating disorder. So guys, thank you so much for watching that video. We hope it helps. If you feel that you're experiencing this in any way, shape or form, please reach out to myself or Abby and we can help you further on our details for our program and when we have availability.